How is it going today, everybody? Today we have another weekly episode of the ChallengeDac AMA. For those of you who don't know who we are an application that you can access in the Apple and the Android store. We give you free crypto for signing up, and we also let people post and participate in what we call challenges, which simply put is a task or a set of instructions that someone can complete for a cryptocurrency reward. And every day there are new challenges posted where people are able to participate, and we have thousands of users that are able to earn crypto and also get different tasks done for giving away crypto. So this week, a lot going on, a lot to get into. Any ideas where we start first? We got the challenge master on call. We got George, Anthony, and then we got Fat Baby Trump on call too.
Yeah, happy weekend, everyone.
It's nice to.
Okay. Good to be here once again.
Same to you,
guys. Cool. So,
good to be here.
Yeah. Anyone got any updates? I know that I've been seeing a lot of activity. Just look.
Yeah.
I'll go over. Actually, I'll share my screen here, and let's see here.
So if you don't have the challenges application, you can download it from the Play Store or the Apple Store. And
yeah,
if you check your challenges application, we have challenges, trending challenges, and I see a lot of people are voting for their best challenges, and that is where the native token of the challenges application comes into play. So when you vote for your favorite challenges, the challenge appears to be on top of the news feed. So that is basically the power of holding the CHL token.
Yeah. So just looks like we've had a lot of activity. It's been a while since I've gone on here, but sometimes we go on to the blocks.io website, and here's the challenge: use smart contracts. So we have two smart contracts. We have a smart contract for our tokens, and then another smart contract for just the actions on the application. And if you see here, I mean, we've been having a lot of activity. So our CPU usage is at 41%, and we have 180,000 EOS staked. So, and it's gotten up higher. It's gotten close to like 90% too. So we're using a lot of EOS. Luckily, it's still relatively cheap to rent out the EOS. But if you go through here, we've been having a lot of activity, new users, new accounts, and every action here is an action on the application. Different, people posting challenges, people claiming tokens. Here's one. This is where somebody claims a reward. So this is all on the 29th of April. So that is today. So this is just how much activity we've had today. So if you were to go back, this is today. If you were to go back maybe a year ago or 6 months ago, I think we'd have a lot less activity. So I can tell, and you guys who've been part of the project for a while probably agree that our activity is definitely picking up, which is a good sign.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sure, you're right.
Okay. So
I mean, so we have there was a challenge I posted, and I think it was fun. It was just a fun challenge. It was kind of like a game. I was like, have a conversation with someone on what you think about the challenges application, and that challenge went for 0.2 telos. So we have challenge application running on two blockchains, Telos blockchain and the EOS blockchain, and we can create challenges with both tokens. So for this particular challenge, it was on the Telos blockchain, and I'm giving out Telos. So if you are yet to do it, hop on the challenge application and complete the task immediately.
Yeah, that's a good point. So right there, I just pulled up the all the transactions just for the EOS blockchain. But as of a few months ago, we added we added support for the Telos blockchain too. So we have activity going on the blockchain on the Telos blockchain too. So, we might have just as much or more activity on that blockchain right now too. So that's another good sign. And the last probably the last month or so, we spent the majority of our time working on Pomelo. We spent a lot of time working on that, and we spent a lot of time doing blue paper reviews. I know the EOS Foundation. I mean, the EOS Foundation has done a lot to help us. Over 6 months ago, they gave us a recognition grant, which has helped us give us a lot more runway. So we've tried to help and help them out by providing blue paper reviews. So they had different initiatives that they wanted community feedback on. So we gave out quite a bit of EOS for those. And then we try to do quite a bit of participation or try to do quite a bit of promotion for Pomelo too, just to get people to understand what it is and how it works. And so that's been our main focus for the last month or two. So moving forward, any ideas on what we should be focusing on? Continuing to grow usership, that's really big.
Yeah.
Telos.
I'm looking at promoting for Trust EVM. Trust EVM, they are the ones handling the EOS EVM project.
Right.
So they have a Twitter handle, Trust EVM. That is the name, Trust EVM. So I'm looking at promoting contents for them.
Okay, that'd be a good thing to do. So promote that. I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is just my understanding, but I know that the Telos EVM is already running, but they're only supporting Telos. So across, they're supporting Telos and a Telos cross, and they're not supporting any of the tokens that run on Telos yet, from what I understand. So I don't know if once the EOS or the Trust EVM comes out, if that's going to be the same deal. If it's only going to be EOS, a bridge for EOS, and it's going to be a little bit longer before they support tokens that run on EOS like us. I don't know if you guys know or not, but because
I mean, this is a question that we could ask on the fireside chat. If you want a clear understanding on things like this.
Yeah.
The
only reason
so probably. What did you say?
The only reason I say that, and that is, we probably should ask on their fireside chat, is because now we have a token on Telos too. We have a challenge, a CHL token on Telos, and I put a little, I tweeted it out, and I said it's great news that the Telos EVM is running now. It'd be really nice if some sort of DEX or some sort of Telos DEX were to add this CHL token that runs on Telos somewhere, because it's people are asking for where they can trade it on the Telos network. I mean, there's some people that use Challenge now that only work on Telos or only deal in Telos, so they want a place to trade it at. And I believe their CEO, not Doug, but somebody who's the CEO of Telos right now, I forget his name. It slipped my mind. Maybe you guys remember his name.
Meaning the CEO?
The CEO.
Douglas.
Not Douglas, but the CEO of Telos.
Oh, Justin.
Justin. It was Justin. And he said, not right now. He says currently right now, but they're working on it to be able to let other tokens that run on Telos use the Telos EVM. But yeah, I think that's one thing that we're, as a community, as a Telos community, as the EOS community, starting to recognize is we got fast acting technology, we have user-friendly technology, but all the capital is locked up in or a lot of trading, a lot of capital is locked up in Ethereum. And if we were able to access some of that capital, then most likely our token price would go up. We'd get a lot more users. We get a lot more people to know about us.
A lot more activity.
More activity, yeah. So that's one thing. That's probably one of the most important things for us to work on. these EVMs that are one's running
Okay.
on Telos already and one's coming out on EOS.
Yeah, in my own understanding, I think the EOS EVM is only gonna support the tokens, the EOS tokens, which are being listed. EOS, you get my point?
Yeah.
It's only gonna support tokens that are listed on the EVM.
Okay. And what tokens are going to be listed on that EVM? Do they know? Have we published them?
No.
Okay.
I think we have to act on the fireside chat, and we should also consider listing CHL on the EOS EVM. That will require listing. It will require us listing CHL on the EOS EVM.
Okay. So if we list CHL on the EOS EVM, then we'll be able to take advantage of this bridge, because this is something that we've been working on for a while. I mean, before this, it's probably been over a year that we've been trying to contact, or we've been in the process of contacting P tokens, which is pretty much a bridge between Ethereum and different networks. So we haven't heard back from them. We were hoping that maybe they were able to list CHL, but that hasn't happened yet. But as a team, it's important for us to get on one of these bridges so we have a way to connect with the Ethereum network and connect with traders on that network. And I have a feeling, I mean, no one can predict the future, but I believe if we are able to get on Uniswap, if we're able to have some sort of cross token accessibility between us and Ethereum, it will do big things for us.
Yeah, that would be wonderful, bro.
Awesome.
All right, I got a question.
Yeah.
Are we working on the plans that we are gonna use, and the new options that we are gonna list on Challenge EOS version 9?
We have a rough draft, but we're still putting that together.
Do we have new features? Yeah.
Yeah, so we haven't started our new development cycle. So we're already on we're running version 8, and we're still gathering input and user feedback on what we want for version 9. We hired a graphic designer, somebody who specializes in UI, like user interface, to make bigger graphics, make it more user-friendly, just better buttons, brighter graphics. So we hired somebody to do that. And then we have the rest of the development team, but we are still putting that together. So that's probably over this next month. Another good thing for us to work on is to ask people what they'd like to see in the new development of Challenge, to ask, to put that together, which we haven't worked on for the last month or two.
All right. My suggestion would be that we should add the Hive blockchain support.
Yeah, I think so. I think Hive blockchain would be good. Another thing that I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but they're putting together calls where they're putting all the it's like the I don't know if it's a DPoS alliance or what, but it's like EOS, Ethereum, Wax network, and one other network, and they're all sister chains of EOS, and they're doing calls.
UX. I think UX. It should be UX network. So.
UX. Yes, UX, Wax, Telos.
I think MATIC is involved as Polygon.
No, I don't think so. Steve.
They're not involved. Polygon.
Okay. Well, I know there's a couple chains. Yeah, there's a couple chains there, and they're forming some sort of alliance, and they're putting funds in together and trying to cooperate between each other. And I was thinking,
I think they contributed about 1 million USDT.
Yeah, and for promoting, for doing different things. So maybe we could add those other blockchains. I mean, we got Telos added already, and we got EOS added. maybe if we added UX and Wax and Hive, that might be a good goal for version 9.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. And then cooperating, trying to do something to cooperate with those tokens as well, or that alliance, that alliance. Like I heard part of one of the calls they did, and they were talking about how, you know, the EOS was going to put in 70% of the money. There was going to be another blockchain, maybe Telos, that put on 20, whatever, and they were all going to cooperate with each other and do, I don't know, marketing or business stuff together, which I think is a good idea. I mean, all these chains have so much in common that it's a good idea for them to cooperate. So for us, I mean, we got to be one of the few applications that run Telos and EOS. So it's we should look into that initiative too, and see what happens there, and see if there's a way we can help. I mean, if we help grow these networks and we help market and we help do different things like that, then it's going to help us in return.
Yeah, Polygon got a wide. Yeah, Polygon got a wide community too. Polygon.
Yeah, yeah, and we got to look into maybe Polygon too and see what's going on with them. See, you know, we're not committed to one blockchain. We got to do what's best for the project, and there's no need to be just constantly committed to EOS. You know, so like Pomelo, for example, like we worked probably 6 weeks on Pomelo, and we put in a lot of time, a lot of effort. We did a lot of cross promotion. We published their logo in a lot of places, and our grants raised like maybe a few $1,000s, not a whole lot, but it was something. And then we had they said that we still have a meeting. I haven't had a chance to have a meeting with them yet, but Daniel, the one who runs Pomelo, got back to me and said that we did a quid pro quo, or we were rewarding people for contributing, and then we were going to get disqualified for that. So, you know, that's a huge, you know, that was time that we put into Pomelo that we could have used to put into researching Polygon, reaching out to people from Polygon, researching, doing more things with Telos. So that's the biggest thing as a team and as a project, is we got to be very disciplined with our time and make sure that we're putting it into things that are going to give us a return, that are going to help grow the project, because our resources are limited. I mean, this is pretty much most of the team right here. I mean, we got you, Willow, we got you, George, Anthony, then we have some of our artists, and then we are a development team. So we got 8-10 people, and we all got limited time, energy, and money, and we have to put it into things that are going to help advance the project, help get us more users, and help us grow. If not, we'll end up like a lot of projects that just pretty much go bust. And there's been a lot of projects on EOS that have gone bust.
Yeah, it's all good. You know, the Pomelo grants help to take us out there. It helped to expose us, you know.
Yeah, it helped us.
A lot of people got to know about ChallengeDac through the Pomelo grants.
Yeah. So
that was practically us working for them, and for them to just take us out like that is really depressing. I know, but we've talked a lot about reaching out to various other blockchains and see how we can help promote them and not being loyal to those areas. And I think if we are looking for a way to be noticed, it should be our impact. Like, we should look at our strongest point, which is our community.
Yeah.
So I think we should look for ways to share our Telegram links more, our community links more, to get more users on. And then from the Telegram, we can let them know what the challenge application is all about, get them to download the application. And so imagine if we had like 100 users participating in challenges. Definitely, if 100 people retweet one tweet from Polygon, or drop comments on a Polygon tweets and asking them if we could list, 100 is a whole lot. It will make a lot of impression, and they will start looking at us. So I think for us to make an impact, we need to look for alternative means of growing our own community, while we are also trying to reach out to them. We should be working on background to improve our community.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's no reason that we can't run multiple blockchains. And if we are able to run multiple blockchains and if we're able to do things to get more reward, I mean, pretty much what we want to do is we want to get more rewards for our users and have bigger rewards, get more users, and like you said, Anthony, become more impactful. And and that's a reason for us to look, not be able to spend time looking at other blockchains too and see what they can, how they can help us, how we can use their software, because there's thousands of blockchains out there, and we got to make sure that we're using the ones that are best for us, spending the time on the ones that are going to help grow our community and to do the most for our community. So that's important. So Polygon is something that we hear a lot about. I've heard a lot about. So maybe that's something we should reach out to and maybe ask the community what blockchains they would like to see us on, because I think it's important for us to stay nimble and not be committed just to one blockchain.
Yeah, you're right.
I think that was good for us to add Telos. Up until a few months ago, we only had EOS, and now we have Telos too. And there was a day or two where the Telos network, or the EOS network wasn't running the greatest. It was running a little bit slow. There might have been some network issues, but the Telos network was running fine. So for us to be able to support thousands of users, thousands of people making challenges, we might need a few different blockchains, just because you never know if something happens to one blockchain, then you need to be able to offer somebody a different blockchain they can use.
Yeah, the diversity can help go along with.
Yeah. But I think we still have a good relationship with the EOS guys, and
yeah, and I think we are well recognized in the community, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, and
we
I think we even talked about this in the call. I think the one that got us in trouble, or the one that they were having an issue with, is for Pomelo, was that I gave away 3 EOS, and I said if you had already contributed to the ChallengeDac Pomelo grant, and we talked about this, not for people that contributed in the future, people, if you had already contributed, then we would give you a reward for already contributing. So those people had already contributed, and we were just giving them a surprise reward. We didn't let them know that we were going to do that, and we talked about that in the call or not, so we and I listened to the fireside call. I wasn't on it, but I did get to listen to a little bit of it, and I think they talked a little bit about how they may need to look at their process, see how, look into some different things. I think this is a clip where they talked a little bit about that.
Know what the rules are. And the most obvious one is the quid pro quo. It is, to me, it is obvious that it's still an issue that people don't know, because they can't be that stupid, pardon my language, but there's some people that are clearly very, they're known members of the community, very publicly went out this season and said, hey, if for every $1 that you contribute, I'll make direct reciprocation. Okay, so either they're really stupid, and so they're going to get a slap on the wrist because they should know better. And so I doubt that they're malicious. I think more so it is that people really don't know and they don't read, and that is a responsibility that they need to take. So yes, there are repercussions on that. You do, for some of them, get a warning, and at some point there will be no more warnings, and I will advise that we will disqualify them, or that we will not want to match to them. There's no excuse. So the Pomelo team needs to get better to explain the rules, but the community also needs to get better at, the community also needs to enforce itself, and this is where Pomelo season 1 was really, really good. A lot of the reports came from other members, and people are helping make the system better. But the community itself also needs to be better at understanding why those rules are in place, and why they are better for everybody. This is a centralized service. It is Pomelo. It's very centralized.
Yeah. So then he talked a little bit about that, and I agree. I mean, they need to get better at explaining the rules, and we need to get better at understanding what they mean exactly. I mean, a quid pro quo. You know, we got so much going on as a project. We're developing, we're growing. We got to deal with user bugs every time we have these calls. People are calling in with bugs. We got bug fixes and stuff, and then we're trying to participate and get a little bit of funding. And it's like we're none of us are lawyers. We're not what's exactly a quid pro quo, and and then the fact that we were confused if we could tweet stuff out. At one point we didn't know. I think you brought up, Willow, that you said, hey, you can't even pay people to retweet things that are asking people to promote your grant. So if you ask people to promote your grant and you pay them for that,
Yeah.
is that allowed? I still don't know. I just still don't know if that's allowed or not. So I talked to Daniel a little bit over Telegram, and he seemed to think that was okay to pay people to challenge people and give them rewards to retweet our grant, but to give rewards for people who contributed, then that crossed the line. So and before this even started, I did ask for a call with him. We did ask for a call with him that we didn't get, and it would have been helpful to get a call from him. So maybe for a project like us who's been around for a while, we have a lot of users, a lot going on, maybe Pomelo isn't the best fit for us. Maybe it's better for projects that are newer, projects that are just starting. So we have to be very, very stingy with our time and energy. And so hopefully we'll get some clarity on it. I have a meeting with him on Monday. He got back to me on Telegram, and I have a meeting with him Monday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern time. So hopefully we get some clarity on that. And really, we were trying to help them as much as more than anything. We were trying to get more users on Pomelo, and I know we did. We got a lot of people to use Pomelo, sign up for Pomelo. So and we did that because we have the understanding that the more Pomelo grows, the more it's going to help other projects on the EOS network.
All right.
Yeah.
So now that we are familiar with the rules, the ethics and norms of Pomelo, I think we should give it a try next time. Maybe the next round.
Maybe, but we need to get some clarity from Daniel, because that's another concern too. So say, like we've been talking about this last month or so, we've been putting a lot of time and effort into Pomelo, and if we get disqualified, then and it wasn't a large amount of money anyways. I think both our grants were $2,000-3,000, but it's what it is that if we do get disqualified, it's a big reputation problem. It hurts our reputation, and it hurts morale. All the people who are participated, all of the users that participated that helped do challenges, it's going to lower their morale when we tell them, hey, we got disqualified. And so it's a morale issue, and it's a reputation issue, and it's a time issue too. So if we go through this process and we were ethical about everything we did, and at the end of it, if we get the boot, then how much time and effort do we want to invest in the next season of Pomelo? Because it took, we spent a couple of days. I had to talk with the development team, look into different things we could do, write the brands. It was like a week process, and then we promoted. We spent time. For you guys that do challenge and watch all the challenges that get posted. We have things that we really focus on, and we were really driving that Pomelo thing. We were dropping videos about Pomelo. We were doing retweets about Pomelo. We were gaining a lot of activity, and we were putting time and money and energy into that. So do we want to go around a third time and put time, money, and effort into that to campaigning on Pomelo 3 when it's so risky, when we might be able to get cut or disqualified for some reason? Is it better to spend that time and energy working with the Telos Foundation, or reaching out to Polygon and seeing what we can do with Polygon, or working with the Hive blockchain? You told me, City, that somebody high up in the Hive blockchain, a major whale or somebody who's a delegate, maybe reached out to us, and they were interested in us coming to Hive. So so we have to be that's our jobs pretty much, is to be mindful and pick the best time to spend our time and energy. So I would like to talk to Daniel and the people running Pomelo, and we would need some reassurance before we signed up for season 3. We owe it to the community, and we owe it to the team to do that. We we can't go on wild goose chases.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
So anybody on the call got questions?
No, I don't think so. This is a small little call today. But
Yeah,
how are things going?
but I
with
think we've gone like 30 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah. So I think that's about a good amount of time to go.
Of course.
How are things going with the video editor, George?
Yeah, it's doing well. It's doing well. We're waiting for the Pomelo grant season to be over.
Okay, and then we'll start thinking.
Oh, it's over already.
Sure. Yeah, it's over.
Yeah. Well, that was the main thing. I mean, we paid video editors to make different videos and edit them and stuff. So we had put way more money into the Pomelo than we were expecting to get back anyways. But anyways, we should, I think, Telos Foundation, working with the Telos Foundation and campaigning and trying to reach out to either Binance or Coinbase, two exchanges that have our token listed. We're not able to trade it there, but two projects that do follow the price of CHL. I think that's something that, we should put some time and energy and maybe make videos for that too. So
all right, I got a suggestion, bro.
Yeah.
I think we should try and set up a challenge for people to buy CHL. I think we should set up a big challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we reward winners and we reward the buyers, the highest buyers, maybe the top 10 buyers with some CHL.
All right, nice. Yeah, maybe that's something
It
that
could last. Yeah, it could last for a week.
I made
a
a
week or
challenge
two.
very similar to that already. I think I made a challenge very similar to that, but I was just giving up. I was like, if you buy 0.1 EOS worth of CHL, and then I'll reward you with 0.5 worth of EOS. So I just wanted to see how the participation was. So I don't think we had a lot of them.
That was cool.
so
But I think we need this one, this very one, we have to encourage the whales to buy CHL maybe from 1 million CHL up, and we give them rewards for doing so.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's something that we should look into. So we'll talk offline, or we'll talk after the call, and we'll come up with a strategy. I think that's the main thing. I mean, the last month we've been focusing on Pomelo, but for the next month, the month of May, we should come up with a game plan. We'll talk about that during the Monday meeting, and we'll think about what things we should be focusing on this month. So yeah, we've been going for about 35 minutes. So I think it's a good time to wrap it up, and we'll see all you guys next week.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Take it easy, guys.
All right, happy weekend.